Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Wow, the Galaxy S25 Edge is a phone that got lost in the shuffle in some parts of our tech community, but didn't get lost in the shuffle when it came to people who have the phone. There's a lot of you guys out there that are currently still using this phone. A year later, with going back and forth with this phone, like I used this phone straight through for at least half of this time of this year. And then I have to review other phones, so I rotate in and out. But I always go back to this phone at least 2 to 3 times a month. I may not post videos on everything, but I'll use these phones at least. I rotate in and out of all the phones that I have in the channel because, why not? I get to experience everything on the table. And this phone right here is one of those phones that when I say got lost in the shuffle, it got lost in the shuffle of the tech community. Like you don't probably see too many people talking about it online anymore. But it in fact is a phenomenal phone. And the reason I like this phone is because it's actually something new. It's something new from Samsung. Just like the iPhone Air, this is new from Samsung. And this is the Galaxy S25 Edge. And the Edge obviously is because of how thin it is. That was the naming scheme for it. And it's just turned out to be one of the best things to come to me. I really like this formula right here, and I was really hoping that the S26 lineup went this route, but they didn't. And let's hope that the S27, if that's what it's going to be called, they bring out another version of this phone, even if it's not the Edge, just bring out something thin like this with the silicon battery technology. Now, hardware-wise, and by the way, this video is being recorded with the Galaxy S26 Ultra's rear cameras. Now, hardware-wise, I really like this. This actually fits right in line with the S26 lineup based on the back of the camera plateau back here. This is what the S26s kind of look like. So this is why I thought, Samsung is really going to do it again. They're going to make an S26 Edge, and they still might. Who knows? We're early on. We're almost halfway through the year. Wow, this is rolling along. We're in May, folks. But if they were to bring another one of these out, I really hope that they really dig in and make it special again, like this phone right here. While a lot of people probably wanted to skip this phone, I thought the hardware is absolutely great. I love the way the cameras are on the back. I love how thin it is. I love the beautiful, massive display that it brought about. A thin phone with a big display is completely different than a thick phone with a big display. Case in point, the S25 Ultra is a brick compared to this phone. Even the S26 Ultra is a big phone in comparison to this phone, even though this phone has a very large display as well. Now, so hardware-wise, the button layout, the camera layout, the colors that were offered, it's all good. I think it's a really good phone. And I think another thing that makes it important is it still has a SIM tray. That is something that, these companies don't need to take away. But for some reason, they find a reason to lie to us and say, hey, we need to take it away for this reason, or this is why we're getting rid of the SIM tray. This is why we're getting rid of the charging brick, all these different things. But I think this phone really nailed it on the hardware. I think those who have the phone really knew how good it was, and that's probably why they still have it. If you still have your phone, let me know your year-end review of it and what you think about it after having it for a year. Because more than likely, you've been using it for the full straight year, and I've been rotating in and out for the last 6 months. But the first 6 months of this phone's life, full transparency, it was all in. But these last 6 months of its life, I've been going in and out for the last 6 months because I miss it so much. And I just recently took my SIM card out of it, believe it or not, and started this review. I really, really enjoy the Galaxy S25 Edge's hardware. Software-wise, folks, it's Samsung. It's Samsung. What more do you want? They're going to give you the same experience. All of the software is the same on Samsung, kind of like what BlackBerry used to do. All the phones get the same software. It's nothing fancy, nothing special. It's really dialed in. No more TouchWiz drama. It's just a dialed in piece of software. And they're doing really good by keeping it stable across the board. All the phones on Samsung are at least on the April patch, and some are, I think my S26 is on the May. I'm not sure, I have to double check, but Samsung's been really good. Oh, my Fold 7 is definitely on the latest patch, if that means something to you. It doesn't really mean anything to me, but this goes along to words about their software. They're really dialing it in, and they've really got stable software. No longer can you say that, just iOS is so stable or whatever is Linux is so This version of Android with the old TouchWiz refined and made better into One UI, it's stable and has been stable for I don't know how many years now. It's really good in my experience. If you have problems with One UI, let me know in the comments what your problem actually is and what your phone is doing or not doing, because I think this software is completely dialed in, and I think that it is going to continue to stay dialed in and roll out on all the new devices even better and better. There have been talks of One UI 9 getting ready to hit the streets, and I'm curious how overwhelmed I'll be with more flooded software in here, because that is one of the things I think about Samsung. They really load their software up even if you don't need it. Like, I hardly ever swipe out like this and get to these side items right here. I'm just so used to swiping up or going into one of my folders that I have right there. So software wise, you don't have anything to worry about. It's really dialed in. I think you're really going to enjoy the Galaxy S25 Edge. And now, folks, you can get these phones on discounts. We're talking about a year in. And so you can get these at much lower cost, full price, or, you can get really big discounts on them. So I just think it's a good phone on hardware and software. And cameras, with the 200 megapixel camera on the rear, I think so many people really forgot what Samsung had to offer when it comes to cameras with this thin phone. And people instantly thought, oh, it's a thin phone, and the footage isn't going to be good. I heard before I bought this phone, the camera's going to be trash, or the cameras were trash, and the battery was trash. Both totally opposite for me, and also opposite for several of you out there who own the phone along my journey of reviewing this phone for that first 6-month window, and all the times that I've come back to it every now and then over the last 6 months. But you guys can confirm what I'm saying here. These cameras are actually really good. And I've actually used these cameras to record on the channel multiple times. You really couldn't tell the difference between the S25 Ultra and this phone right here. And you really can't tell the difference. If I were to switch right now to this phone, you might see some differences in the color tones, possibly, or you might not. That's how good Samsung's cameras are when they package them together with their software and their hardware. I think the cameras are phenomenal. Now, another area where some people said it's probably going to be horrible or trash, or said it was, where I think was completely false when the internet speaks on certain things, is the battery life. Having this phone for a few days and saying the battery is trash, or having it for 7 days and saying it's trash, I just don't think that's how it's going to get done. I mean, the battery on this phone may not be the biggest battery in numbers, but it produces big numbers, and it produces about the same type of usage that I can get out of the S25 Ultra at this point, because all phones have leveled out now. And even though it doesn't have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery inside, it's still a phenomenal phone on battery. And for me, pulling in, more than almost 6 hours of screen on time on every single charge, and then making it through a full day, 24-hour cycle, that's pretty decent battery to me. That's actually great battery depending on which phone it is. And for this phone's case, it's actually great battery, because I think this is 3,900 or something like that. I don't even bother sometimes looking at specs, because the specs don't tell the whole story. You have to dig in and buy it and use it. And you're gonna have to use it for more than a week to really let it get it. Now, some phones you don't have to use more than a week, but in my first 2 weeks of using this phone, even in my first 24 hours, if I can remember, this battery was so great. I'm pretty sure I did a video on it back in the day. Instantly. Some phones, when you first get them and you beat on them really hard at the beginning, they'll wear down quick, but eventually it's gonna level out. Your phone's gonna learn your behaviors. Is he picking it up a lot during this time frame, or is he not? This phone does sip pretty good battery when I compare it to some other phones with such loaded software like this. And I like to be on network a lot of times, which means 5G and not on Wi-Fi. But because I'm out and about, and then sometimes when I'm in the house, I'll just turn off Wi-Fi just to free up some on my Wi-Fi. And this phone does really good at sipping battery. It charges fairly fast. Not the fastest charging phone I have, but it still charges fairly fast. And that's something that Samsung phones just don't do well to me in comparison to other companies. They don't charge as fast, period. But it still charges fast for a Samsung phone. Now, the biggest letdown I think some people fell in love with talking about is the price. Everybody's so caught up on the price. The price of this phone is trash. It's not worth $1,000. Again, when the internet speaks, some people just can't think for themselves. They can't just go with it and say, oh, okay, yeah, let me see if it's worth it, because the value of something is going to be on the person holding it. And I think this phone is worth the price, but do I want to pay those prices? No, that's a huge difference. Some people feel like, I won't bring it in, but some people feel like the Air is not worth the money. And they feel like this phone isn't worth the money just based on specs. Oh, it's got a single camera, it's got a small battery. That just does not tell the story every time, folks. And that is a classic example with the Galaxy S25 Edge. It's just that simple. So for me, this phone will stay in the catalog. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal device. And I think if you're a person who wants to get one, obviously you can get one now at a huge discount. And I don't think you'll be disappointed based on what the market is doing right now for smartphones. It's going to be a killer deal. And also, previous generation phones are always going to be probably a better deal than the current generation in most cases. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.